Yes, sir. You can see clearly.
Recording in progress.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So yesterday we started discussing subject elements domain, right? So I'll quickly recap and we'll finish the first subject element domain, then we'll move to next domain. So what subject element domain will capture? All the elements, okay? For each subject, all the elements, the start dates and end dates will capture. Okay, so they are the elements we have: screening, randomization, treatment, follow. Okay, so what are the variables we have? Study ID will capture the name of the study. Domain, subject elements, domains what we are discussing, so we have to capture SC. Unique subject ID, it's a combination of your study ID, site ID, and subject ID. Element code and element. Okay, an element description of an element, in detailed name we have to write it, element name, element code we have to write the short name of an element. Okay, next. See sequence number. How to derive the sequence number? I gave a derivation, right? Code derivation also. Okay. Whenever one subject have multiple observation, we have to derive the sequence number by the standard code. Okay. Next. Trial element order, planned order of an element within the arm. How to derive? We have to derive from the trial arm domain. So we have to sort it your intermediate SC domain and trial arm domain. If you combine by, if you merge both the things, okay, you will get the trial element order. Okay, up to here we discussed. Check here, not only trial element order, if you observe here, even the epoch also. Sorry, trial and then second project. See, not only trial element order, for each element, what is the epoch? See, if it is screening epoch, if it is randomization epoch. So treatment epoch, post-treatment, follow-up means follow-up. So these epoch values also, first in a subject elements domain only we have to derive. Okay, not only epoch details, not only trial element orders, even the epoch also. So that's the reason. See, while you are merging along with the trial element order, keep the epoch variable also. So both epoch and element order variables will come. What is that epoch values? It will come in your output address. Okay. If it is screening epoch, or randomization epoch, or treatment epoch. Okay, screening epoch, or randomization epoch. Treatment epoch, treatment period epoch, and follow-up epoch. Okay, so both trial element order and epoch values we have to derive from the trial domain. Okay, clear? Generally, what is the meaning of an epoch? What is the definition I give for epoch?
Group of elements.
Group of elements, all group of elements together we call an epoch.
Right.
Group of elements we called as an epoch. Okay, all the elements together we call them epoch. Clear now? See, all the elements together we are calling as an epoch. Okay, going forward in other domains, we won't derive the element code variables, but we will derive the epoch variable. In all other domains, if you take an adverse event domain, any other domains, epoch variable will derive. Okay, how you will derive the epoch variable? Again, by taking now SC domain, you have to take it as input there. Make sure the particular date in SC domain, in AE domain, in DS disposition domain, for example, if you take, the particular date has to fall in these dates. If you take any date, if there's the particular date, if you fall between this SC, STDTC and SCN DTC, then this epoch value will assign there. Okay, this way, this one again we'll discuss in the next domains, how to derive the epoch derivation in other domains. It is defined. Only in a subject element domain, first epoch variable will derive in a subject elements domain. From the subject elements domain only, in other domains, in all other SDTM domains, we are going to derive the epoch variables. Okay, just keep that one in mind. Clear now, everyone? Next. SC, STDTC, SCN DTC. Subject element start date, subject element end date. Okay. Subject element start date, subject element end date. So particular element when it is started, when it is element ended. So when it is screening started, for example, screening start date, screening end date. So screening was there for 10 days. Randomization it is there for only 1 day. Treatment is there. See, and 11th treatment was started. Maybe of 2 or 3 months it was there. It is ended. Follow when it started, when it is ended. Start date and end date of each element. Okay. Start date of each element. Okay, similarly end date. End date of each element. Okay, but remember while you are deriving the dates, okay, let me give one example. One more example. One thing you have to keep it in mind. In the for example, also you can observe, but here I'll show you. See here, elements start date, it will be straightforward, it will available in the raw data. Particular subject when the screening is started, when the randomization started, when the treatment started, when the follow-up started. In the raw data set, it will be available. Correct? Screening started, demographic information should be there. Randomization also we saw, right? Randomization raw data set. It should be available. Treatment started, it is going to be your RFST DTC. Your follow-up started also, it should be available in the raw data. That how we will derive the end dates. Okay, the logic for the end date should be, remember, okay, the screening end date will be, your screening end date will be your randomization start date. Your randomization start date going to be your screening end date. Your treatment start date going to be your randomization end date. Your follow-up start date will going to be your treatment end date. And your follow-up end date will be your study completion date. Clear? Remember, I'm repeating again. Your screening end date will be your randomization start date. Else you write it in your notes, okay? Put a tick mark, okay? Write a arrow mark. Your randomization start date going to be your screening end date. Treatment start date going to be your randomization end date. Your follow-up start date going to be treatment end date. Put arrow mark. Okay. If you go for an interview, your interviewer will expect this answer from you. If you get a dates like this, then only you derive the dates correctly. If not, you did something programmatically, you did a mistake. Clear? In a subject element, they know it, they won't ask you to derive there. Okay? But that logic you have to know. Clear? So this is how the subject element start dates and end dates. Next, once the start dates and dates was ready, you can derive the study start date, study end date. I gave the standard formulas for study day derivation. Here also you have to follow the same study day derivation. Study start day, you are going to derive based on your SC, ST, DTC, and what is another variable? Tell me anyone. We saw right? DM domain, DMDT, DMDY,
RFS.
RFSTDTs.
RFST. Okay. So SCSTDY is equal to SCSTDTC minus RFSTDTC plus 1.
Plus 1.
Okay. When your SCSTDTC greater than or equal to RFST. Okay, greater than or equal to RFST. If it is less than, just do the minus. SCSTDTC minus RFST. Okay. Similarly, end day also you can derive. Okay. Study end day, you can derive based on SCNDTC and RFSTDTC. SCNDTC minus RFSTDTC plus 1 when SCNDTC greater than or equal to RFST. Remember the formula, it will come in every domain. So study days we are derived. In the next, epoch we already discussed SCUPDS variable. Okay. Previously in SV domain also we saw this variable. Remember? This is a new variable. It's not came previously it was not there. In recent implementation guides only it was added. Description. Previously SV means description like unplanned visits. If any unplanned visit will come, what happened to the subject, we will write a description. Similarly, SCUPDS. Apart from these 4 planned elements, screening, randomization, treatment, follow-up, apart from these 4 planned elements, any new element if you added in your study, what happened to the subject in that unplanned element? You have to write a description. Generally, it won't happen. 90% of studies, 95% of studies, only these elements only will be there. If it is very rare study, if you added any new element in your study, then you have to write a description. Okay. What happened to the subject during the new unplanned study? As description details we have to write. SV under it will happen because in every study, every subject will have an unplanned visits. So definitely you'll be having some reasons you can capture. But elements, very rare. Okay, only these standard elements only will be there. Any other elements if you add it, then you have to write an explanation. Description. Okay, clear? That's it. So these are the variables we have in a subject elements domain. Clear? All the variables? Any questions, anyone? Any questions? If not, shall we move to the next domain? See, in the special purpose categories, we have one more domain is comments domain. Okay, special purpose, we discussed demographics, subject element, subject duties. Now we have one more is comments domain. So this is also small domain only. So let us discuss comments domain. Okay. Okay. See, what this domain will capture, comments domain, subject. If subject, for any subject, generally, if you take any CRF form, your investigator, your doctors use to write some comments. For example, he checked some, you computer one lab test, okay? About the results, he gave some feedback or a remark or anything. He gave some comment. Or else, he you went to the doctor in one of the visit, okay, about your vital signs, about your height or weight, he gave some comment. Or else, due to adverse event, there is some adverse and separate page about the adverse events also he gave one comment. Maybe in the down of the page, in the middle of the page. Sometimes there is a separate sheet also will be there for comments. Okay, there also they'll do some comments. Okay, like this. For one particular subject, what are the comments? All the comments are given. All the comments put together we will place in one domain called comments domain. So what this domain will capture? Right. This domain captures any comment is collected from the investigator on the CRF page. Okay. So in general, what is the comment meaning? In general, a comment is like a note or a remark or a feedback. Okay, clear? Okay, so what is the structure of the domain? One record per comment per subject. One record per comment per subject. Means for each comment you will be having only, for each comment you will be having one observation. For example, one subject have a multiple comments means you will be going to get multiple comments. For example, 101 subject, you have a 2, 3, 4 comments are there. You have different 2 comments are there. 3 comments means you are going to get 3 observations. 102 subject is there, you have only 1 comment, so you will get only 1 observation. So for each comment, for each subject, we'll be having 1 record. Clear? That is the structure. What is the topic variable in comments domain? The topic variable going to be co-val is the comment topic variable. What are the identifier variables? What are the common variables? What we saw in the previous domains? Tell me.
subject, unique subject ID,
First study ID.
study ID,
Hmm.
subject ID,
Study ID, site ID, unique subject.
Okay. Site ID, subject ID, it will come in demographic domain only. It won't come in any domain. Okay. But we have unique subject ID, UES UBJ ID. It will come in every domain. Okay. And also you have domain. Domain name we have to capture mandatory. And we saw two more variables, sequence variables. Extra last in SC domain we saw SC sequence. Similarly, here also we have to direct CO sequence. Why? Here one subject have multiple records. So definitely sequence number you have to direct.
sequence will applicable only if the one subject is having 2 to 3 multiple observations. That's all, sir.
Correct. Okay. In every domain, we'll be having multiple records, except demographic domain.
Sir, can you repeat the topic? Sir?
Sure. Can you repeat?
Can you repeat the topic variable? Sir?
Coval is a topic variable. I'll explain what is the topic. Topic means exact the comment will capture. So here, if any for particular subject, what is the comment is given? That comment is going to be you are going to store in a Coval variable. That's your topic variable.
Yes,
Every study have a unique topic variable, right? Every study have only every domain have only one topic variable. We discussed that one. Already I gave a list of topic variable for each domain.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So let me give all the list of variables and labels, and again I'll explain each variable in detail. Okay. See. Study ID. Study identifier. We already know study name, protocol name, domain abbreviation. So here we are going to capture CEO. Unique subject ID. It's a combination of study ID, site ID, and subject ID. CO sequence number. Okay. There is one more variable after domain. We have to capture R domain. Related domain. Related domain. Next, ID where. ID where. Identifying variable. ID var value. Identifying variable values. Okay. Core reference. Comment reference. Coval is going to be your exact comment. Okay. Next. Co-evaluator. Evaluator. Code etc. Date and time of the part. Okay. Next, only these are the variables we have in a comments domain. Okay. Next. See here, study ID domain we already know. Related domain. Related domain is nothing but relation domain. Means that particular comment is related to the which domain. For example, in the CRF page, the comment they mentioned on about to laboratory details in give the comment. So we have to capture here as a LB, the domain name. The comment is related to the laboratory details. So laboratory details means it's only. The comment is related to the any adverse events. The comment is related to the adverse events. Then you have to capture AE. If the comment is related to the concomitant medications, what medications is giving? Taking about the concomitant medication you gave comment, so we have to capture SCM. So particular comment related to the which domain? Okay. Comment is related to the which domain? The domain name we have to capture. Okay. Coval is going to be your comment. Exactly the comment name we have to capture. We have to capture from the raw data. Okay. But remember, while you are capturing from the raw data, make sure in a comment variable, you have to capture only 200 characters. Some paragraph is given. He wrote some 2 to 3 lines, he gave the comment. He gave the 3 lines. But all 3 lines again, you won't capture in a Coval variable. 200 characters only we have to capture. If it is more than 200 characters, then what to do? So if it is more than 200 characters, you have to create a new variables called like Coval1, Coval2, Coval3, Coval4, Coval5. In each Coval variable, we have to capture only 200 characters. So for example, so here also up to 200 characters. Here also up to 200 characters. Then every variable we have to capture only 200 characters. Like this, we have to keep on increasing. Okay, up to Coval n number of variables you can create. Okay, Coval1, Coval2, Coval3, Coval4, Coval5. N number of variables you can create. Okay. For example, so there is a scenario was there. Let us assume for 101 subject, 101 subject, in adverse event, here in the down, he gave one comment. Okay. In adverse event page, in CRF page number 14, your investigator commented around 500 characters he commented. Let us assume this is a scenario. Now from this scenario, tell me what are the variables I can derive. 1G for 101 subject and a CRF AE CRF page number 14, he commented 500 characters. So we can capture the domain name. Okay, first of all, okay, domain name, R domain name, unique subject ID, what is the Coval, what is the domain we are discussing? Comment domain. So CO. This comment is related to the which domain? AE. Can I capture AE? For which subject? For 101 subject. So your comment is of 500 characters. What you have to do? First 200 characters. First 200 characters. You have to capture in a Coval variable. Next. Coval1. Next to 200 characters. Sorry. Next to 200 characters. Coval1 variable. Next to Coval2. So 200, 200, 400. So remaining 100 will be there. So remaining characters. Remaining 100, remaining characters, you can keep it in a Coval. Clear? Like this, one comment you have to split it into multiple variables. Whenever it has more than 200 characters. So this is the very important step in a comments domain. Your interview question also same thing. How you will derive the comment domain? For example, if the comment is more than 200 characters, how you will do? So this explanation they will expect from you. Okay, clear? Okay, here you have one more information also. The comment, okay, CRF page number 40. The comment is at CRF page number 40. So where this information will capture? So there is a one more variable called core reference, comment reference. Any reference details they given, like CRF page numbers, or else if it is comment is given, for example, when you come for the 5th visit, the comment is given. So visit number, or a CRF page numbers. These are the reference variables. Comment reference, generally CRF page numbers like page 20, page 30. Okay, or if it is visit number in 5th visit. Okay, in 2nd visit, the investigator gave the comment. So these type of observations will come in a comment reference. So in this example also, can I capture comment reference as a page number 40? It's going to be your comment reference. Okay, clear? So now we understand what is R domain, coval and coreference, 3 variables. Okay, next. Identifying variable value. Identifying variable value. Okay, let's see the scenario again. See, for example, your investigator gave the comment. Let us assume that one subject have 3 adverse events. 1, 2, 3. 3 adverse events are there. In those 3 adverse events, specifically he gave the comment on a 2nd adverse event alone. Same way, concomitant medication, subject is taking 4 concomitant medications is taking. In those, specifically about the 3rd concomitant medication alone, he gave a comment. How this information will capture in comments domain? Okay, so to capture that one, so we have these identifying variables, identifying variable values. These 2 variables will be useful. So you have to identify the variable. Okay, so generally identifying variables should be mostly your sequence variables. I told you, right, in every domain we'll derive the sequence variable. If one subject have a multiple records, for example, 101 subject have 3 comments. So specifically, which comment? 2nd comment, right? So in AE domain also, we'll derive the sequence variables. How we are deriving a C domain, CO domain. Similarly, in AE domain, in its concomitant medication domain also, sequence variables will derive. So specifically, 2nd comment means, so we have to take AE sequence variable as identifying variable. So which sequence number means which adverse event? 2. So that value will capture here. Identifying variable. Your identification variable is sequence variable. What is the value? The value you have to capture it. 2nd adverse event. 3rd concomitant medication. So the value will capture in identifying variable value. Mostly sequence variable only. If not sequence variables, if any other variable which is given in the data, in the raw data, sometimes visit numbers also will take it. Okay, 2nd visit, 3rd visit. In a SV domain, okay, in SV domain we have a visit number variable, right? So from there also you can derive the visit numbers. In LV also we are going to derive the visit numbers. So any LB related data if you have a comment. So there you can capture the visit numbers. Okay. So this is going to be your identifying variable, and this is your identifying variable values. Okay. So remember the two scenarios for capturing the identifying variable and identifying variable values. Scenario 1. Now suppose this comment is collected not on a specific adverse event or a specific concomitant medication, but general comment is given. That time it should be null. For a general comment, your ID var and ID var value is null. Okay. Next. Sometimes I told you, right? There is a separate CRF page. There is a separate page is given to give the comments. Okay. In that situation also, this ID var and ID var should be null. Okay. ID var and ID var should be null for comments. For comments are collected in a separate CRF page. Comments are collected on a separate CRF page. Next. Or suppose very rare case, the comment is given about the demographic information. Means your R domain is DM domain. For a DM domain, one subject have only one record. You don't have multiple records, right? That's the reason we won't derive the sequence variables. So for demographic domains also, the comment is related to the demographic domain. So there also, your ID var and ID var is null. Okay, for DM related data, your ID var and ID var should be null. Why? Because ID var should be generally a sequence numbers. You don't have sequence variable only in demographic domain, right? We saw already demographic domain. Do you have any sequence variable there? Not there. So that's the reason we don't have nothing to capture. Clear? So remember these two scenarios, these three. Clear? One second. Yeah. So see the next variable. Sorry. So now we are clear with study ID domain, R domain, unique subject ID, identifying variable, reference, coeval. See, now comment sequence co-evaluated code etc. Co-evaluator means who evaluates your comment details, either investigator or your principal investigator. Okay, generally if investigator write a comment, your principal investigator will going to be evaluate. Unless if any nurse or anyone will write, your investigator will go and write evaluator. Okay, code etc. When the comment is given, particular date you have to capture. So make sure date should be there in a character data type and should be there in a ISO 8601 form. So all the dates it will be same. Okay. That's it. For the comments domain. Clear? Sequence number. Already I explained the sequence number. Whenever you have one subject have multiple comments, there you have to derive the sequence numbers. Okay. So I'm going to give you one task on the sequence number, then you'll get to know automatically. Sequence number. Yesterday we saw, right? Same way, we have a much small tasks there in a sequence number. Okay. For example, this is the comment they given. Small random comments are given. 101 subject have around 5 comments. 102 have only 3 comments are there. 103 only 1 comment. 104 2 comments are there. So what you have to do? You have to derive the sequence numbers. Like this, supposed to get a values. Okay. So this is your task. Already in the subject elements, already I gave the code. You can reuse this code and you can derive the comment sequence here. Okay, this is the one task. Clear, everyone? One
Sir,
more
explain one, sir. Task.
The task is, this is your input data set. You have patient number and your comment is here. You have to write a program to get the sequence numbers. The sequence variable you have to derive. Subject ID, co-vals, co-sequence. So sequence value is supposed to come like this.
Okay.
Okay. These are tasks. The code also are already given in the subject element domain. You go and refer the notes. You will get a code. You can try here. Okay. Same standard code everywhere. Just for make you practice, I'm giving again one more task. Clear, everyone? See the next task. So this is going to be a second task. Patient number. Take a comment. Okay. You randomly take some comment. You take it from anything, any notepad, copy. But take around 500 characters. Make sure take some 500 characters. Split it into like this. Subject ID, coval, coval1, coval2. First 200 characters, next 200 characters, and final remaining character. So one comment, you have to split it into 3. That's your task. I think here there is a 500 characters are not there. So you take it as a 500 characters. While you are writing the program, you take the 500 characters, and then you split it. This is the second task. Clear? First task on sequence number, second task on a coval variable. Clear? Any questions, anyone? Both the tasks are clear? So before come to the next class, complete this task and send a mail. Okay. So that is for the comments. So that's it. Monday we'll discuss the. With this we completed all the special purpose. So Monday we'll start with the events domains.
Sir, like DM, is there any this one, sir?
You have a project there for the next domains, adverse event. For these domains, don't have project. Specification is not there. Actually. Or else I could have asked you to do those itself. Next you have adverse event only. Okay, whichever you have specification, you can do this. Okay, generally it's checked element subject visit specification is not there. Or else you're supposed to do those things as well. Specification is not ready. That's the reason I'm not asking you to do that. Okay, Monday once I explain AE domain, you can do the project also.
Okay, sir.
So as of now, do the tasks enough and do the DM enough. Okay.
Like DM domain, you have derived and explained, sir. Like that, these two domains, can you explain it, sir?
No, this is programmatical explanation I won't do. Okay, only this explanation is enough. Okay, these domains also going forward, you have to write a program and you have to submit to me. Tomorrow Monday I'll explain AE. You have to take it AE specification. By referring the raw data set, you have to write a program. How I wrote a DM domain, similar way you have to write and you have to show me. Then I'll tell the changes. Okay, if everything I wrote, then what you will learn? All these projects you have to do it. Once the explanation is done. Okay, because if you know the explanation only, if you know what is the meaning of AE concatenate, what is the meaning of AE action, if you know the meaning, then you can derive the correctly. Okay, that's the reason after explanation you start writing the project. Clear? But these SC and SV and CO, we don't have data, we don't have specification. That's the reason I'm not asking you to do the project. I'm just giving the tasks. Okay, that's the reason every variable in detail explanation I'm giving with example, with some programming here only. So it is there in the project. I could have not given this much detailed explanation, programming explanation also. I'll ask you guys also to do it. Okay, fine. So refer the notes for these domains. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Clear, Swami, Ashok. Any questions? Srinath?
No, sir, it's clear.
Okay, fine then. That's it then. We'll catch you on Monday. We'll continue with other topics.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.